They are the people of Heart Kumandra. We have already made the people of Tail, Fang and Talon. We now have only one more land left, which is Spine, which will be made next. I made one woman and one man representing the people of Heart. They are just generic people who will be used in the background. They will be used for multiple purposes, maybe even copied and pasted to look like there are a lot of them. I wish I could make 50 of them, but that would take me forever. So I'm only going to make 2 people from each land of Kumandra. I tried to keep them as generic looking as possible without any details or accessories. I will be making other custom dolls who will play more specific roles with all the details required to make them look unique, but the ones that I'm making today need to look generic. Raya is from Heart Kumandra, so we get a very biased view of this place. The movie's story is told from Raya's perspective, and she paints the picture of Heart as a paradise. Everything seems perfect here. People are perfect, no drones to worry about, great harvest, great weather, everything is perfect here. We do get a little glimpse of people's attitudes here from Raya's explanation of other people. They do seem to look down on other lands. It seems everything is so perfect in Heart that they assume everything is perfect in other lands too. They seem to have a hard time understanding why people in other lands seem so strange, wicked, and desperate. The people of Heart wear blue, light green, and maybe something close to light phthalo green. I tried to find fabric with similar colors, but I want to avoid any greens that are closer to primary green because that will disappear into the backgrounds when I use the green screen. The shirt is kind of light emerald green in real life, but it looks kind of light blue in the video, but I guess that's okay too. I decided to give the woman same outfit design as Raya's outfit, but it kind of looks different than Raya's shirt, but mainly because of the fabric. Raya's shirt is made with a lot lighter material and it has machine pressed folds. My fabric doesn't quite drape like Raya's shirt, but the design of the shirt is basically 2 bands crossing the chest in diagonals, and she's given a pair of shorts. The man's outfit is basically a vest and a pair of shorts. Because I'm only going to make one man and one woman for now from each land, I wanted to find outfits that seem to be most common and can be used in many different situations. I chose the outfits that were worn by some of the people who were standing behind Chief Benja at the big meeting. Vests and wrap shirts seem one of the more common outfit designs across Kumandra. I started out with rolling up a ball of aluminum foil and created 2 heads. I covered them up with a thin layer of polymer clay and baked them to create a hard surface that we can sculpt on. I dabbed a little bit of clay on the nose, forehead, cheeks, and the chin. I smoothed them until I got something that resembled faces. I also added 2 ears and 1 mouth for each head. I did not sculpt the hair because I was going to give them head wraps. The hair will not be very visible anyway, so I want to save myself some time and effort. I was not trying to sculpt any specific faces. Any face that looks like a face was good enough. I baked the heads one last time. Next, I painted the faces. The color of the clay was a lot lighter than the dolls' bodies, so I mixed some brown, red, yellow, white, and orange until I kind of got the color that matched the dolls' bodies. It looks like I could have gone a little bit darker. I painted the eyes, eyebrows, and hair. I also painted the lips red for the woman, and then the heads are done. Next, I need to give them their outfit. I started with the woman's outfit. I gave a pair of knee-length shorts. It is basically made by sewing together 2 legs together. I cut out 2 legs from a piece of blue fabric. I hemmed the edges and then added a piece of Velcro on the back. The waistband is attached to the shorts, so I cut out a long strip of green fabric. I hemmed the edges and sewn it around the waist along the top edge of the shorts. People seem to be wearing additional belt buckles and such, but I omitted that for now. Next, I made a shirt. It is basically a front and back panels sewn together to form a shirt. I cut open the back so the doll can get in. I added a piece of Velcro on the back to secure the shirt onto the doll. I made a neckline to cut open a little deeper because I want the shirt underneath to hide under the diagonal band. There are 2 diagonal bands going across the front. I cut 2 long strips of green fabric. I hemmed the edges. I sewed these 2 strips onto the shirt diagonally, crossing each other. Finally, I cut another long strip from a piece of green fabric. I wrapped it around the woman's head and secured it using hot glue. That completes the woman's outfit. Next, I worked on the man's outfit. I gave him a pair of shorts. It is the same shorts as the woman's, but just a little bit larger. I cut out 2 legs and then sewed them together into shorts. I hemmed the edges so they won't tatter, and then I added a piece of Velcro on the back. I make another long green strip and wrap it around his waist. It is sewn along the top edge of the shorts. It becomes the waistband. To make the vest, again, I used the same dress pattern. I sewed together the front and back panels. I cut open the front. I also cut out the neckline to give it a deeper V-shaped neckline. I hemmed the edges. Finally, I cut out another long strip of green fabric. Then I wrap it around the man's head. I used the hot glue to secure it in place. And then both the man and the woman representing the people of Heart are done. As for Heart, we actually did not see much of this place other than the bridge. The town was so faded into the background that it is hard to distinguish much. It seems like there are a lot of domed roofs. There are a lot of multi-story towers with gable roofs. Some roofs kind of look like the ones we saw in Fang, with multiple roofs stacked on top of each other. We saw the bridge many times, but not a lot of the town. So I don't think I'm going to try to build this place. I will try to find some random pictures that give off a similar vibe for the background image. Heart's most distinctive landmark is the rock formation with a hole in the middle. The artist called it the Eye. That kind of reminds me of the Lord of the Rings. When the entire town was shown, we actually didn't see much of this place. It was really foggy and we did not see a huge town. I also did not see any farmland, but I think it was implied that they do have farms. It looks very dense with the forest. There was a lot of palm trees, so maybe the weather is very hot and humid here. It feels like Heart is designed for specific types of people. It is not a metropolitan city that wants to attract as many people as it can, which seems to be more of a Talon's specialty. Maybe security is more important to Heart. They worry about the dragon gem. They even place the dragon gem so high that it is unreachable to most people by walking. We also saw the Dragon Gem Temple, which has a pond and a dragon gem. It is surrounded by 5 dragon statues, but I don't think that was really obvious from the movie. It has a really elaborate security system. Raya tried to go through the temple security in the beginning of the movie, but it seems like there is another way into the temple from the top. If that really is true, although the security mechanisms seem kind of pointless, but since breaking open the gate is part of the movie, we need to come up with some kind of a door system that Raya or somebody else needs to break open this time too. We may even have to make that gate physically, but I'm going to worry about that when that day comes. We may even have to make a lot of masks so that the dragon guardians can wear them while protecting the temple. We may have to make the masks for Chief Benja and Raya because the masks did not come with the dolls. I have no idea why Raya would have to break open the door, seeing as she can just enter as a dragon guardian. Or maybe this time Raya has to protect the gate because someone else is going to try to open it. Maybe CJ Hook, she's a pirate. Sounds like a dragon gem is something she would want to get her hands on. The temple was really dark in the movie, so it's hard to make out anything. There is supposed to be a pond in the middle and 5 dragons surrounding it. It looks like there is a lot of vegetation inside surrounding the pond. The entire structure seems to be a huge dome with a hole on top. It looks really complicated, but there are no background pictures that can be used in lieu of this place. There is no such place as Dragon Temple on Earth anywhere, so the Dragon Temple needs to be made if a lot of action will take place here. We actually got to see the palace kitchen better than the temple. I don't think Raya will be cooking anything in the palace kitchen, so we don't need to worry about the palace kitchen. However, I do want to get some kitchen utensils that look and feel like Southeast Asian. Cooking can bring a lot of cool visuals into the scenes, but this again might just be a little bit too ambitious. Maybe we will get there. I do want Boone's kitchen to look distinctively Southeast Asian kitchen with a lot of ethnic spices and ingredients. I don't know when I'm going to get to that project. It's on my to-do list, but it's a very long list. There was a time when I wanted to build a generic kitchen and then I kind of dropped that project. I'm pretty sure I built an oven. There was a brief time when I thought maybe I will go and buy Barbie's kitchen set, but it just didn't feel complete enough. Maybe I will finally pick up that project and build a decent kitchen for everyone to use. Something that's generic enough but can be customized for each of the different chefs in the story. We actually have a lot of chefs in our universe. None of them has a decent kitchen yet. But anyway, those are just some random thoughts on Heart. We still have one more land left, which is Spine. That will be for the next video.